Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K digital version of Ben Affleck in The Way Back. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I'll put a link for that in the description. Okay, The Way Back is here on 4K digital, and it is available via Apple TV or on the Vudu platform, so it's really like dependent on which version you prefer. And for purposes of this review, I am going to talk about the Apple TV version as far as that goes. And as far as the movie itself, it's not an easy movie to watch. It's really kind of trying to come back tale, obviously, from the title, being as far as Ben Affleck's character being an alcoholic and Affleck himself struggling with that same issue. It seemed kind of like a natural fit, a kind of way to exercise those demons, as it were. So it's wrapped up in a very interesting tale. It's something that you would watch on occasion. It's not something that you would really go back to quite frequently because of the subject matter, but there's a lot of inspiration in there. As far as some of the students go and players and Affleck himself, and there is some good moments. For those that are interested in a good drama and even to kind of, if you relate to that sort of thing, it might be something that would mean a lot more to you. But I recommend it. It's absolutely worth checking out at least once. So, all right, now we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Way Back supports the Dolby Vision grading in addition to HDR. For the purposes of this review, I'll be talking about the Dolby Vision. Now, this is not going to be the most cheerful, pleasant looking picture as far as visual style goes. But that being said, I think there are a lot of things that the Dolby Vision really helps benefit over on the 4K side of things. Now, daytime scenes are pretty nice. They look good. There's a bit, skies are nice and blue, but it's not a deep looking color palette in that regard. But they look good. Now, as far as just overall color scheme goes, it's a little bit more on the natural side. It looks good. The 4K and Dolby Vision really just kind of bring out the overall palette. But it can be a little bit also, I would say a little bit on the warm side as far as the color grading goes. It kind of feels that way, but it's overall very pleasing in color. Now, as far as black levels go, those nighttime scenes, they look good. They're very deep, and they really just have a lot of inkiness to them, and it has a fair amount of dimly lit scenes interior wise. They look good. There wasn't any kind of elevation in black levels that I could detect. I imagine over on the 1080p side that would be a different story. Level of detail is increased also. Everything from skin textures, clothing, just the up close shots of architecture, just those kind of things really stand out. Detail is very nicely rendered here, and it's an overall very pleasing image as far as the 4K picture quality goes. The Way Back also supports a Dolby Atmos mix, and for the most part, it's a serviceable audio mix. It's nothing that you're really going to write home about. It's not overly aggressive. There are moments where it does come, the soundstage really comes alive, mostly during the game scenes. Any kind of, you hear the crowd cheering behind you, to the left of you, to the right, to the back. I mean, it's the moments like that are really just where the surround sound comes into play. High speakers also have they're used sparingly, and I mean sparingly. And once again, it's mostly due to some kind of echo, from the inside of the gym to, for things like that, or during a game. Those are when it's really being utilized, but it's not going to be overly aggressive. It's not prominent throughout the feature. Center channel dialogue this is a very dialogue heavy kind of movie, so that comes through clean and clear. Fronts really have a lot of the action, and they're used fairly well. Mid-levels, rears, once again, so a lot of that has to do with ambience, musical cues, that thing. It really, it fills the room nicely, but it's really going to be just an average, I would say, overall experience in that department. But it's not going to be, anything that you would really demo for anybody at home. And as far as LFE kicks in, very sporadic. It's moderately used. There are a few moments where it revs up a little bit, but for the most part, it's an overall interesting, kind of subdued LFE. And you know, as far as audio goes, it's a good track. It's just nothing that's really going to wow you or set the world on fire, but it's a good use of Atmos. For picture quality, I'm going to give the way back on digital 4K an A-. I think it's an overall pleasing picture, a little bit on the dark side throughout the film, but it makes good use of Dolby Vision, and visually it is a good-looking movie. As far as audio goes, I'm going to give that one a B+. It's nothing really aggressive. It's nothing that it's really going to pull you in, but there are moments, mostly during the games, that are more immersive, they're more active, and it really kind of, at that point, will, you know, give you a good sound stage. But for the most part, it's just an average overall Atmos mix. So that is my review. Let me know in the comments below if you had a chance to check it out in the digital realm of Apple or Vudu. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.